Hi guys, and I've been wanting to do like an update on Xerjoff because I've been exploring this house a lot lately and I've been wearing their fragrances. I wear them like all the time. Um, Today's kind of a rainy day here in Sweden, and I pulled for something a fragrance that I've really loved a lot, and I've been heading for the full bottle, but I think it's quite pricey, so I've kind of been waiting. And someone had a decant they wanted to swap, so I've had like 4 milliliters of Ouverture. It's the gray kind of fuzzy bottle. And I loved it at first, and I've worn it. And today, when I put it on, I'm like really bored with it. And I find this really interesting. I'm like 2 years into my fragrance journey, and my taste is like constantly evolving. This gives me the same vibe as Side Effect from Inicio that I got bored with after like 3 milliliters. I didn't even finish the decant. I think I gave it to my son. He liked it. I'm very grateful for the possibility to try on fragrances first. This isn't bad. It's just like the cinnamon kind of takes over. And Side Effect has also like loads of vanilla and cinnamon, and so does this. And I think that's kind of what kills it a little bit. This has some. I was surprised to hear that Demi Rawling brought this to her like summer, like tropical vacation. I think it was the Maldives or something, because it has nothing. To me, nothing that fits a beach. This is more of a Christmas fragrance, and to my nose, I don't know. I just find that is. Yeah, and one of my favorites that I've been wearing recently, and that I've been wearing over and over again, is the in the same series as the Naxos, the popular Naxos one, and it's called Decas. I've worn this a lot. It has a little bit of tobacco, very little. It's not a tobacco fragrance to my nose, but it has this uplifting kind of eucalyptus feeling, probably from like the benzoin or something like that, because it has this kind of refreshing. Oh, it's so good. And I've done some testings like with family and cousins and stuff like that. And this has actually been Manny's favorite. The first time I tried it in store, I didn't like it though. I was like, oh, this is nothing special. Speaking of that line, Naxos I have here too, but I've just kept a decant and I sold the bottle because I wear it so seldom. It's quite heavy. It's like a tobacco honey fragrance. And it also has like lavender. I think it may be a little more masculine leaning. Maybe that's why I'm not that into it, but it's beautiful. I'm glad I have these, but this is going to last me like 2 years. I don't think I'll ever go through 100 milliliters. And I've actually forbidden myself to get 100 milliliter bottles, but I do break this rule now and again. And then I've been also this summer wearing Amabile. It's that light green fuzzy bottle with like kind of the velvety on the outside, a covered bottle. And it has kind of a fruity opening. And I think that Xerjoff does these light kind of fruity fragrances really well. It has green apple without being an apple pie fragrance, because I'm not that into that. I've tried others, like from, I think, Galavant or Gallagher Fragrances has one. I didn't like it in the long run. This just has it has like a little fizziness. It's a little creamy. It's citrusy. Oh, it's so good. But there's so many fragrances, like you can't buy them all when we're talking, Xerjoff prices. One bottle that I do have though, that I'm really happy with and never have regretted, is Dallah. It's kind of, it's described as an herbal amber, but it's not like an amber like Coromandel or Amber 114 or any of those. This is fresher. This is more summery. This is floral. It has vanilla. I mean, it's gorgeous, and it's super Xerjoff. It really, this carries the DNA a lot. And another fragrance that kind of, at least my friend gets the same vibe from, is for 40 knots, which I don't think is at all like this, but it has some kind of DNA in common with this. 40 knots actually I sold. It's blue and has this shape. I liked it. It was kind of an impulsive buy at the counter, and I just felt like I needed a marine fragrance, and it wasn't like anything else in my collection. But when I brought it home and started to wear it, I found it quite masculine and ambery, and there's something about those wet woods. Something in that fragrance bothered me. I'm not quite sure what. I know it's super popular, but not for me. Not for me. Then I have a few little samples here that I all really like. One is called Opera, the black fuzzy bottle. It has a great fruity opening, kind of like light fruits. I don't know if there's some vanilla in here. I just sprayed that. It's very unusual, this fragrance. So I haven't really been dared by it because it's kind of weird, but really good weird. Get your nose on that if you want to try something different. And I do believe that Xerjoff does fruit really, really well. There are some exceptions though. I don't like Neo and Renaissance. Those citruses there that are really sharp and kind of like almost bitter. No, I don't like them at all, actually. But Erba Pura is very citrusy and really, really nice. I've been a little scared to like give it a full wearing because I know that many find this a little offensive. It kind of takes over and lingers in a room. It has a really, really strong sillage. Could be good to know about Erba Pura, but I want to wear this more. I just haven't had time because I have so many things to wear. And this is a completely different one. It's called Golden Dallah. It is from the Coffee Break series. It has like only bassy notes. It's like tonka, oud. I think it has rose, exotic spices, maybe some woods. There's nothing like uplifting. It's all just kind of, it smells like something you would like eat with when you're having coffee. Like something cakeish, but not as cakey as like, I've tried their Symphonium, which is more gourmand, I think, in a different way. I think that was really, really nice, especially the opening is so beautiful, Symphonium, but it's so expensive. And then when it dries down, it becomes actually quite generic. So I'm not going to be buying that. I don't think it's worth the money. But Golden Dallah, super beautiful. Then I have Al-Khatt. In our Swedish Facebook groups, people have been warning for this one and says it's really like super skanky and it's like a barnyard and everything. But I find it super beautiful. I'm really excited about wearing it more. It has flowers, it has oud, it's gorgeous. It does have that skankiness, but just a little bit. And it kind of stays on the right side of that fence. Al-Khatt, like it a lot. Then I have Elle. This is my newest sample. And this one was almost a scrubber. It's so darn sweet. It has a really very striking note of violet in the opening, although violet is not even listed, but that's what I get from it. And what I really find, I mean, it's so sweet. And it reminds me of Bibliothèque from Byredo. And I had to get rid of that bottle because it was unwearable. I thought it was just so strong and sweet and something like dark fruit. I don't know if this has like a raspberry or something in it. There's some iris in here. And I usually love iris, but this is just too sweet. It's cloying. It's not good. Not good at all. I didn't like it. Let's see, what else have I got here? Apollonia. It's a beautiful but very, very light musk with iris. And it's so super light. It's so weak, I can barely smell it. So and a perfume that has such a low performance, I never buy. It's never worth it to me. But for those of you who have very sensitive noses, you might want to check that one out. Apollonia. Okay, so what do I have here? Muse. I have Muse, which is like a raspberry and plum and like deeper fruits kind of fragrance, which I usually have a little hard time for that. Like I really don't like Pulp from Byredo. Actually, I don't like Byredo like at all, which is too bad because it's Swedish and I should be proud of such a brand that has gone global, and they've got great packaging and lots of different kinds of fragrances. And I kind of started off there, but I'm off them all. There's nothing there that I really want to have right now. Maybe Flowerhead. Okay, so Muse, yeah, I like that one because I don't think it goes to that. It's like a balsamic. It has some resins in it too. It's not that like overripe bowl of fruit or dried fruit that I don't like. I like that one. I've also tried Accento, which I find very masculine. It has pineapple and it has some like classic male notes like vetiver and musk. I like that one though, and I know that on men it is great. And then I'm going to show you one last fragrance that is not even Xerjoff. It's called Black Extreme from Mandarina Duck. And I just brought it on this video because it is quite similar to Uden. And I love Uden from Xerjoff. And this one is, I never would have thought of it myself. Someone recommended it to me and I got to buy it from someone really cheap. So if you're looking for like a cheap alternative to a really good Xerjoff fragrance, this is it. Okay, that was all for now.